is going to be the way forward for the ROX Tigers. They're going to try and take Jace into Gnar.
Okay.
A bit more of a carry fight in the top side to try and just kind of survive the laning phase with the Ornn, who has good gank assist at 6. Previous to that is kind of tanky. Interesting stuff. So we consider what happens here. ROX still do have tankiness. Jarvan and also the Ornn will provide that good initiation coming through on the side of ROX as well. And then for SKT, pretty prototypical drop. A lot of power, the ability to play side lanes. This, to me, again, is the 2018 patch special. You can have a Rise to play semi-globals. You have Sivir Alistar, which is a bit different, but still can provide a lot.
Wait and see if jungle.
Gonna wait and see if it's Unsealed Spellbook, but the screen grab's coming in a second. Could be this one, but I think the jungle matchup full screen AR of a Wolf being in that position is the one you're gonna remember. NA is gonna wake up soon to what is just a crazy thing. People are gonna look at the post-match side and be like, oh, they put the wrong name in there. That's weird, but the top lane is pretty normal. Jace is there after Ornn was vexed up. This happened to Gilios on this day here. We do have Wolf in the jungle as Sejuani.
17th of January 2018, Wolf branched away from his support play and dove into the jungle.
I feel like this
Truly
is going to
shocking.
go really, really well or really, really
It's
poorly.
yeah, it's either going to be like, holy crap, I can't believe that Wolf is this good at the jungle, or it's going to be, Jesus Christ, they never never do that again. We'll find out which it is. Game 3, last game of the day here, guys. Just about midnight as we dive into this one. So let's see who's going to come out on top, SKT or ROX Tigers.
And in full voice for both teams as we all try and get our bearings for what is an insane match day already. 6th game of the night. 1 hour pause to start off the KT vs. Afrika series, where Afrika recorded their first victory since the start of 2017 over KT Rolster. And now we get a treat we didn't even know we could even possibly want. You can't know you wanted it until you got it.
Yep,
and you
until
got
we were presented
Wolf
with it.
Jungle. On Sejuani, who's been permabanned so far in the LCK. That's another notable. We can't read that sign. Maybe Joel will do a translation for us.
I'm going to guess that they made a sign about Wolf in the jungle.
Oh, look at you reading cameras. Good shot, good shot. Wolf, start on the top side.
Practicing my career.
He's kind of considering his options here. Hard Alicia obviously going to be on the bot side, and it's going to be a late invade from ROX Tigers, spotted out by Untara.
Blue buff takeaway here, however, for Linderong and Songwon.
Just going to decrease the health total, but not going to be a serious commitment there from the Gnar, who can just harass Jace on the way back to lane.
Well, Boomerang not really going to connect.
Pretty good matchup for Jace, understandably, given they had the counter pick after flexing the Ornn.
Wolf's making his way over to this side. Will get spotted out by that ward.
He's level 2, and Gnar does have first rotation, so it's like, if you waste a lot of time on Gromp, I'm just going to have my top laner come and get a kill.
He's just running at Songwon still. Wolf can't seem to make up his mind. We'll go back over to the Gromp.
We're going to see some genius tier pathing.
You know, I'm ready to be amazed. Meantime, Sivir, you know, not one of the more common ones as we see that coming through here.
Yeah, we saw one Sivir with Unsealed Spellbook yesterday. Prey was running that for King Zone and teleporting into lane, push, push, push style. You understand it against Ezreal, because Ezreal, of course, one weakness he has in the duo lane is the inability to push. But against Varus, it seems less likely to be a god tier choice. But the ability to teleport does give flexibility and map movements, which SKT have always been the best at in basically every iteration. So there's a lot going on as Lava. Aker's playing with fire here.
Yeah, he really is. And I mean, he's going to miss out on those minions there, including the cannon. Lava, do you want to go for it? No. He should have. Would have been great, but just going to be the swap out there on the summoner spells for Faker coming back in.
He's feeling it, by the way. Wolf's here for a gank.
He's still down to about half HP. Lava's here. Songwon as well. Forces the flash away. Wolf low on mana.
Wolf wants this.
Yeah, he's looking for Lava, but now he's just isolated himself. Red buff to slow him up, and Wolf, oh dear. He's just going to be giving up that first blood key, wandering his way up from the bottom lane, just taking away that first blood.
You can't take the decisiveness out of Wolf, but in that case, the damage calculation, predictably on a player on an off roll, wasn't there. Can do a lot of early burst damage as Sejuani. Many people have felt it, but giving up the first blood here, pretty awkward. Does mean that Key enters lane with red buff. It's not a blue, but does mean that he can shake off poke better than any, and not a great look as a start for SKT.
Really not. Everybody kind of getting pushed in here. CS leads for everybody on the side of the ROX Tigers overall. I mean, Wolf, a perfect flash to follow. But
oh, for sure. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, but
no mana.
Yeah, the damage calculation wasn't there. The mana wasn't there. He'd already used his flash, and they had push priority on bot side. So Key's like, thank you very much. Goodbye, Wolf. Back to the drawing board for the Sejuani jungle.
All right, well, a bit of an awkward start, but it's not over yet. You know, plenty of time to swing their way back into this one.
It's not fleet footwork on the Sejuani. That's been a really big popular pick in solo queues, fleet footwork. Extra attack speed early and movement speed to guarantee the 4 proc on the E. And also some options in the precision tree do work out really well for Sejuani. Aftershock isn't that common a choice, even though, you know, on first glance you looked at the runes and you thought, yeah, absolutely. Going into the Resolve tree and Aftershock as a great option. As Domination second, just for the zombie ward, of course.
Tara just gonna get the wall up there. Doesn't have that level 6. Just the stun into the wall could have proved fatal there for Linderong. Just trying to trade even. See Wolf
in a ward.
Again, finding Songwon here. Trying to get the stun up. Does get it, but the flag and drag does happen. So J4 just gonna be safe to exit.
It's a funny old game, League of Legends. Said it a couple of times today. This context, though, is different.
Yes, it is. Losing out on a bit of that CS there up top, so I'm going to be behind by a little bit. And now Key going in on the Bang. To knock up with the charge. Effort trying to trade a little bit back. Just the stun up and Bang firing away with the ricochets, but overall still going to be pretty dang healthy from the side of the ROX Tigers.
And for the side of SKT, I think it's pretty much going to be, as long as top lane doesn't have, you know, the on-fire nature that it did in the previous game, gotta say, those team fights look pretty mighty, even if they were in vain. And Faker's outplays also pretty insane. Same matchup for Faker on the rise. Good matchup into the Azir. So, given the top lane's a lot more equal, Wolf or not, they do have great team fight options as the game goes on.
I have faith in Wolf throwing that ultimate and landing it. And then the rest of SKT blowing somebody up, so I think the team fight phase will be just fine for them. It's just about getting there and how this, you know, pathing and the ganks are going to continue here for Wolf.
Wolf being behind means the top lane is isolated, so pretty happy times for Jace. Small CS lead, but he's building the items he wants and now has to build into defensive stats, so Jace in the supremacy in the top side. Azir doing well after forcing Faker out of lane, but no CS advantage, and they're returning to blue buff. So we talked in game 1 about bullying effort. You know, bullying Wolf in a new role. Certainly not a rookie by any means, but a rookie to the jungle at the highest level. So good to see Songwon continuing his good play in the previous game by finding a place and attacking it. For this game, it is Wolf.
Who would have thought?
And no one pre-match.
Game 1 it was effort, then Antara. Now seems like Wolf is going to be the next big focus here. Antara taking quite a bit of damage from that shock blast, and Songwon is waiting on the other side here, but Antara does have that defensive ward in the brush.
Not spotted till now, though.
Yeah, blast cone. Bringing him in as they go for the dive. Antara looking for the transformation. TP coming through as well. Faker going to arrive. Realm Warp coming through. They want this. Looks like they might be able to find it. Faker's going in for Linderong. As Antara, he's got the handle there on Songwon. A little bit more damage.
It's Wolf.
Finish him off, and the auto
Not
attack
even
will get him.
needed.
Wolf is just going to take a turret shot.
Songwon
back out, but
and
2 kills.
Songwon and Linderong giveth. Songwon and Linderong taketh away in this particular scenario. 2 kind of calming kills to the side of SKT. And a bit of experience for Wolf as he jumped over. I believe he was in XP range there, but that was all he was going to get. Intriguing stuff and important for SKT.
You know, no matter how this game goes, if SKT wins, Can we please vote Wolf into MVP? Because I would love to hear his interview.
I don't think our votes are going to be the deciders there, because the autofill in LCK situation is enough to get any popular vote.
This is not my plea to you. This is my plea to anybody who might hear me that has some influence over that.
And Wolf is looking for more. He's actually sticking around. That's some veteran jungler sense, trying to continue to pile on to the good matchup of Jace by trying to get the second kill.
A little bit of damage there coming through. Still just trying to take away the Krug, but it seems like, yeah, it's just going to be the Krug picking that one up since they keep the extended leash. Ultimate coming through here. Now sit back bang. Does that stopwatch keep himself alive? Charge forward gets the knock up. Quite a bit of damage exchanged there as Ki and Songyun come out on top of that.
Varus Ornn does feel like kind of a Varus Braum kind of situation with how much pick CC they have. I didn't see when the spell shield was used. Might have been used earlier. It's down now.
Shay going through trying to clear out the minions, but Lava and Songwon are wrapping around from behind. Effort and bang.
Nice defensive
ward.
ward.
Yeah, they have that ward there.
And a really creative spot as well.
Yeah, definitely not a a normal check spot, just over the wall.
Spotting the blast cone, I guess, is what you're taking away from that. Faker will kind of walk in the area, but largely be training towards mid lane. ROX's dive undone by a smart defensive ward there. Couldn't spot if it was Bang or Effort, but as a duo, they do spot out. Creative approach ROX was taking.
They certainly stopped the worst from happening. SKT still keeping things very tight-knit, just 200 gold or so behind at the moment. Dragon not yet coming to contention. 10.5 minutes in, Mountain Drake's still just going to be chilling out.
A lot of vision control on the top side means that Nara can take chances against Jace you don't want to, as Lava and Songwon meet their opposing duo of Wolf and Faker. But double control ward for Nara against Jace is very unlikely to happen, so it's more control than you'd expect around a losing lane matchup. So pretty good time for Untara, all things considered. That's why his CS is very competitive against Jace.
Just making sure that Bang can back without problem.
Comes straight back in with the unsealed spellbook, changing his heal into a teleport. Probably going to be heal again later. After that recall, we see another ward coming down just to spot Wolf. Lane gank's very possible with the Sejuani. So while Linderung's not confident enough to EQ in anymore after the last double kill they passed over to SKT, they are still keeping tabs on the Sejuani very well.
Trying to track him as much as possible. You see Untara, things have stabilized there up top. Got that CS advantage coming through. Very slight one at that, plus the kill there for himself. Still going to be in a much better spot compared to the last game.
Should be worth noting that the laning phase extending bot lane suits Songyun really, really well as gets WQ'd here.
Nice spell shield there. That's going to be the lockdown there on the Songyun as he goes low. Wolf instead just trying to keep Bang alive. Call going through, and that with the boomerang blade going through, Bang is going to pick up the kill. First one here for the bottom lane. As that goes over onto the Sivir. Untara trying to fire back, trying to chunk out Linderung as Faker arrives with a Realm Warp. The Q in, gets locked down, he'll fall. Untara finding yet another kill.
Winning in 2 lanes at once. Big pressure move here from SK Telecom T1 in the bot side. Songyun and ROX were choosing fights when they're in a power trough. I was going to mention that putting down a ward onto the enemy golems, or Krug camp I should say, is fine because you just want to keep farming. You have a recurve bow and a pickaxe. It's still over 2,000 gold till you finished your real first item of the Ginsu Rageblade. Instead, they tried to fight around it. Lost there. Great roam timing by Faker. Came in with just the level 1 ultimate and was able to pick up the kill there. So everything working in unison for the side of ROX, of SK Telecom T1.
4-1. Gold lead still not that significant. Just 1,000 gold. Blossoming there for SKT. Wasn't intended. 13 minutes into this game. Mountain Drake still has not been looked at, nor has that Rift Herald. See what Wolf is going to do next. Right now just hovering around that top side of the river, but is spotted out as he clears that control ward.
And towards the top side, providing coverage for Untara. Very, very important to allow him to walk up and poke.
I mean, while, Wolf has been losing out on his blue buff, he's been taking the red buff away from Songwon pretty consistently throughout this game. So that's kind of the exchange they've been going to. And you can see that, sees that it comes up, he goes straight back over to this top side of the map because Antara's got so much presence in the lane. There's nothing really that Linderong could do to try to help take that red buff back over to the side of ROX.
And you just put it together, and in a bad matchup, Untara has way more lane presence than the Jace, and they're going to look for a dive.
Yeah, they're going to be going for this one. They get the slow up.
They know the flash is back up.
A bit too far forward.
And they know flash is back up for Linderong, so they just pull out from that. But they're taking over what should be the Wake side and making it their strong side, just negating Jace's laning phase. And we've seen enough Jace games to know that if Jace is held down this extensively, his late game power is not what he's picked for. So if Gnar can always be a half item ahead, take him in the 1v1, and be a teamfight guard, as is Gnar is wont to do, this is big for SKT. They split the map in the ideal way on the top side.
So down and they go ahead and they start up that Rift Herald as well. Faker hovering nearby, taking the blue buff to help finish this one off. Or he'll just leave Wolf to his own devices. Seems like that'll be the way he plays this one out, wants to go ahead and catch that minion wave in mid. Still been hovering behind Lava as far as the CS is concerned, but not by a whole lot. 10 down at the moment as that Rod of Age is coming through, starting to stack that up alongside the Tear of the Goddess.
With Rome's also coming up successfully, so
yes.
Definitely advantage Faker in the mid lane matchup.
Oh yeah, 1-0-2 for him. Dragon being taken. Boomerang to try to finish that one off, and he takes it away, drops down to 30 HP before the backswing, and bang, just nets it for himself.
You know that's the dagger through the heart.
Oh, that's the tilter right there.
Certainly. It means you get both neutrals. No smite available for someone only now, ticking off cooldown. Sometimes you feel like the whole weight of the world is collapsing on you, and that right there was the moment where ROX thought, okay, things are bad.
Here we go, this is going to be the engagement. On the hunt coming through from Bang, firing away in onto Songyun. Faker now arriving, just no hope for the Varus. He just gets destroyed as Faker walks away with the kill. Lava, the rest of the team not able to collapse in time to help save him. 5-1 advantage here for SK Telecom as that gold lead keeps growing, now up to 3,000.
I mean, the communication that must be going on here has been beautiful to watch. It's reminiscent of Game 1, even though the roster is different, because they've split the map in the absolute optimal way. Macro-wise, it's a massive win to be able to have the Jace as a non-factor. Sure, Wolf made one silly overdive, but everything around that is super clean from SKT. Is this just a one-off? Is this a backup strategy? Is it an emergency? Is it a new starting situation? We don't have the influence or the understanding of what the reality of that is, but it's working a treat right now.
Yeah. I mean, the fact of the matter is ROX might just have to live with losing to Wolf in the jungle the only time that he'll play it competitively in 2018. This could just be it, and it could just be to finish off ROX.
Insane. Insane risk, insane roll of the dice. He certainly wasn't monopolizing his solo queue account with only jungle. He was playing largely support off-roll on jungle. Has always played some jungle. I mean, Wolf famously wasn't big for solo queue, and especially for playing support in solo queue until his lack of form in summer last season led to more support play. But it seems pre-planned from SKT.
I mean, when we found out about it, one of the first things that ran through my mind was that this was like what SKT did back at the start of 2016, swapping Bengi out and putting Blank in when he had just joined the squad. I'll hold my thought there as effort gets launched on, but he's just going to go ahead and go. He gets that three-man pulverize as Faker arrives. Oh, Forge God comes through, but it's not really doing a whole lot. Songyun going to be coming out of that stopwatch, promptly taken down by Bang with the Boomerang Blade, and now Key also going to follow suit as the double kill going over to the Sivir. 7-1 here for SKT, absolutely just destroying ROX Tigers.
If you want any confirmation that the Drake take was the tilter, it can be the fact that they just all-in on the Alistair, who had ultimate up. That's never the right call for the ROX Tigers. They're might have to pack this one up, Achilles.
Yeah, but I was saying, it reminded me of when they swapped Blank in for the first time against the ROX Tigers, the original ROX Tigers, and everyone just kind of said, oh, it's because SKT don't think they can win with Bengi in, so they want to put Blank in, and then it's kind of like, oh, we have an excuse to lose. That was my first thought with Wolf coming into the jungle, was that it was going to be a similar situation, but it turns out it's actually doing okay.
I think it's one of those things where it's SK Telecom. They're a team that's very, very proud. They're a team that thought they were 2-0, but were run over by ROX in Game 2, and Blank was second to places, but didn't feel like he was slow. Just felt like that's the natural way of things when you're a Zac. They put what looks like on the outside a massive dice roll, but we don't know how scrims are going. We don't know how much has been put into this because outside of, a big miss or over-eagerness around the dive onto Azir, I mean, he's not necessarily had to do too much here, but he hasn't done too much wrong either, which, again, he's playing his competitive debut as a jungler, 534 games in the LCK, and that already is a mini win for Wolf.
Not bad at all. Just that one death, one kill that they've given over to ROX. It's just that overzealousness from Wolf, and he has not been making that mistake twice here in this game.
So what you're saying is he's ruining the perfect game.
He did. He did do that. Damn it, Wolf.
It could have been worse. You could have been perfect gamed by Wolf Jungle.
You'll never jungle in this town again.
SKT running the map. They had great vision control on the top side before when they needed it. They don't need it right now. It's a nice little flash from Faker.
Yeah. It's a redirection. Does get the pop-up there onto Faker, who's now looking to turn things around. There's an effort in the backside. Goes in, gets that pulverize. Gets a little bit of damage, even through the ultimate. But Faker is dishing out quite a bit now. Antara arriving in, gets that killing blow in onto Key, and the rest of ROX are running scared. But Emperor's Divide is not going to be enough to save Lava's life. Bang comes in, takes him out, and now is going to be looking to knock down that tier 2 turret here in the bottom lane.
Use of round walk. Beautiful. Sejuani ult thrown in celebration. Missed everyone. Don't worry, Wolf. No one noticed. So we're going to keep pushing in the bot side, and we talked about the previous game snowballing away for ROX. Exactly the same story, but this time for SKT on blue side. They're going to be 10,000 gold up in almost no time. It's going to hit 8,000 when this turret goes down. That'd be 7.4 if we're going to do our maths correctly, but
it's going to go forward a little bit more. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they're not going to finish off that mid turret. Yeah, Bang's going to go ahead and peel back. So a little bit of a delay on that one. But yeah, we'll give Wolf that ultimate. You get one.
Competitive jungler Wolf. Autofill Master Wolf. Who else is autofilled in LCK? I believe it may have happened once before. I think once before I remember an off-roll. I don't remember the specific example. If it does, I'll
who it was?
mention the stream.
It was Comeback.
That's right. Well, that was kind of announced. It was announced as a jungle sub.
I mean, he was listed as a support.
Then he was listed as a jungle.
And then it moved to, yes.
It did say jungle on the piece of paper.
I think the first time that he played, I don't think that he was listed as jungle yet. I think he was still listed as support, and then he got swapped into jungle. Because I remember asking about the rules that, as long as you have a sub, they can play for you in any role. So I'm pretty sure he was still listed as a support. So Johnny, a.k.a. Comeback, a.k.a. retired.
That was actually known to the community, though. They had kind of said publicly that he was training up in the jungle roles. But this was from left field a little bit more than that. But good pull there, Kilios. So.
Yeah.
Similar situation. What are these supports going to jungle? It's a new thing. It's all about the pathing, less mechanics, I guess.
Yeah. It's just the natural transition.
Looking at the map here, now it's going to return to bot lane. Teleport is up, but teleport wards around Baron. Not the best. No deep vision here for SKT on the red side to make Baron easy, and losing Baron is one of the few ways this game will be delayed, so I imagine it's going to be the multi-step invade for vision, then start off the Baron plan for SKT.
Oh, well, that's going to be an corruption coming down for the pop-up. Do find it there, but kills have not spilled forward. Wolf nearly going down, but Faker's able to go ahead and finish off Sungwon. And you can see just Lava way too far forward, gets absolutely shredded. Keith trying to do his damnedest. He's tanky with this Ornn, but there's just so much damage out from Bang, who is just racking up kill after kill, triple kill going through for him. Linderong, the last remaining member of the ROX Tigers, is headed for the hills, trying to get back into base to get to the fountain to heal up, but there's really nothing that he can do. Inner turret goes down in mid. SKT now looking for the Baron, just 22.5 minutes in, 13-1. It's not a perfect game, but it's so damn close.
Really good shot call also to go for the Baron, because you consider, well, they could have got the inhibitor turret, right? But they would have had to back. Potentially there could have been a rush for Baron. But the reason why I really like taking Baron in this particular game is look who you're against. You're against Jace, Azir, and Varus. So much line wave clear.
Yeah.
Getting the Baron buff negates that. You already know you have the potential to die. The Baron is the better objective than the inhibitor turret. That is not always the case, but definitely in this situation gets them a big win.
Well, very solid here from SKT. Massive turnaround from that game 2 where they were just floundering, didn't really know what to do after the camping top. But I mean, you know, ROX, they try to go for the engagement, but it's just not enough.
I mean, Wolf leads with his face. You do that on Alistair, you do that on Sejuani. Does that, and there's just so much extra gold that the damage from ROX doesn't register in anywhere near the same way as it does from SK Telecom T1. Skipping into the backline, Sangyun's all alone because everyone else is dead. From there, as you say, triple kill, ba-bang, a Baron buff, and now we're one team fight away from SKT icing the game.
7-0-3, bang there on that Sivir. He is, he's pretty good, as it turns out. He's got the Static Shiv, Infinity Edge, and that Essence Reaver all ready to go on top of the Berserker Greaves. It's just a hell of a lot of damage compared to Sangyun, who is struggling with just the 2.5 items, really, that he's got going for himself.
We still have 2/3 full crowd at midnight, 15 past minutes, 12:15 a.m. in Korea.
On a weekday.
Yeah, there's another match day today, by the way.
Yeah. Luckily, I'm not casting that one, so.
Wait, am I on that one?
Yes, you are.
All right.
You're on all of them.
Oh. Well, I'm coming back to the studio real soon, Achilles.
See you back here in about 14 hours.
Baker's going to take the top turret after stay is 5 here. The ROX Tigers, no ability to split the map. Not quite the base broken just yet, but it feels like we're just moments away. The full court press was seen a couple of times tonight. And the full display from SK Telecom T1 is all right.
Coming down there on the bang, looking for the knockup, but they do not find it. But they will be able to find that kill now. Wolf landed the ultimate this time around, does go in, takes down Songwon. Massive Emperor's Divide coming through, trying to knock him back. The damage is just overwhelming from the side of SKT, even without the Sivir in the mix. Baker goes forward, finds Linderoth.
Hey, Wolf got a kill.
Just about to be the ace right there as Wolf does get a kill. Congratulations, Wolf. Welcome to the jungle. Hope we see more of you, because honestly,
you'll have fun in games.
Damn entertaining. SKT pushing forward. Good little. Took me, way too long to get that, but it's been a long day, Papa. 2 inhibitors going to go down, and likely just the end of the game right here, perhaps.
It's going to be the end.
What was it? They don't have a Sivir, and the respawns are coming through. Sungwon's up, Sunghyun coming up soon. So yeah, maybe this will be a slight little delay.
Let's keep it going. 12:30, baby. The dream.
Let's make it all the way to 1 a.m. I think I forget what the longest we've been here until was. I've told that anecdote so many times that now.
I think it's 12:30.
Yeah, 12:30. I do believe.
I mean, we're going to be here till 12:30. We still got an interview after.
That was during the Great Blizzard of 2016, 2017.
Well, we're going to have an interview after this, so we're staying late, Achilles, going to the wee hours, bringing you guys League of Legends action. It's been just the most insane day.
It really has.
I hope someone goes back and watches the entire VOD from the start. It's
including
been something.
The podcast?
Yes, including the podcast. We should really start releasing those as separate audio files. Our LCK podcast, which was a solid 7 hours ago.
What should we title it?
Wolf in the Jungle. They won't know what it means.
Okay.
Oh boy, SK Telecom T1 looking in great form. Just looking to ice the game. Items overload on everyone, and yep, everyone on welfare on the side of ROX Tigers. No one's got any gold.
2 kills across the team there. One of them's on key.
And look how respectable Wolf's kills look now. 2-1 and 8.
Popping off. Look at his CS lead over Sungwon.
Beautiful. 45. 35. Well, the Azir turret's all they have to show in the mid lane. That's going to go down overtime, and full court press we talked about continues.
That's Sivir.
Tara goes to the transformation.
And he get it.
Boy,
Megadon, this could be a juicy ultimate. He's going to go forward looking for the Emperor's Divide. Does cut him off, so not really going to be able to get the completion there that he would have liked. Could have been a mess as the likes of the ROX Tigers. But they look good in game 2, but what can you say? Wolf in the jungle here in game 3. Is there nothing that this man can do?
We'll start with ROX Tigers and say...
Nothing is... Yeah.
It's a long day.
Long day.
We'll start with the ROX Tigers and say, what was their pre-match goal? Look competitive. What did they do? Certainly look competitive. Sure, in game 1 and game 3, eventually they were taken out, and Sangyun with a bit of a wry grin. I'm sure he won't be interviewed after this one, but he'll be